Ever heard that we only use 10% of our brains? Or that lightning never strikes the same place twice? These are myths we've all come across. But are they true? Today, we're diving into some of the most common misconceptions that people still believe. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. Seating too close to the screen damages your eyes. It can cause eye strain, but doesn't permanently harm eyesight. Bulls are enraged by the color red. Bulls are colorblind to red. They react to the motion of the cape. Roman gladiators always fought to the death. Many battles ended before death, as training gladiators was costly. Drinking alcohol warms you up. Alcohol dilates blood vessels, making you feel warmer, but it actually lowers core body temperature. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand. Ostriches lie low to the ground when threatened, but don't actually bury their heads. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. It's too narrow to be seen unaided from space. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. They can remember for months and learn routines. Deleting files moves them out of the computer entirely. Files aren't erased until they're overwritten, even after deletion. Tryptophan in turkey makes you sleepy. Tryptophan alone doesn't induce drowsiness. Overeating or other factors likely make people feel sleepy. Bats are blind. Bats have decent eyesight and use echolocation to navigate. There is a dark side of the moon. All sides of the moon receive sunlight. There's a far side, but it isn't always dark. Lemmings jump off cliffs to commit mass suicide. Lemmings migrate in large numbers, but they don't intentionally jump off cliffs. Africa is a country. Africa is a continent with 54 countries. Pyramids were built by slaves. Evidence suggests the builders were paid laborers. Camels store water in their humps. Their humps store fat, not water. Daddy longlegs are the most venomous spiders. They aren't venomous to humans and can't bite effectively. Cell phones cause cancer. Research has found no conclusive evidence linking cell phone use to cancer. Penguins mate for life. Some species do, but not all penguins stay monogamous. Sharks don't get cancer. Sharks can get cancer. They aren't immune. Dogs only sweat through their tongues. They primarily sweat through their paws and regulate heat by panting. Eating carrots improves night vision. Carrots are good for eye health, but don't give special night vision. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apples are nutritious, but they don't prevent illness on their own. Gum takes 7 years to digest. Gum passes through the digestive system like most indigestible food. Sugar makes kids hyperactive. Studies show no direct link between sugar and hyperactivity. You can cure a hangover by drinking more alcohol. Only delays symptoms. It's better to rehydrate and rest. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, is dangerous and causes headaches. Scientific studies haven't confirmed adverse health effects from MSG. If you drop food on the floor and pick it up within 5 seconds, it's safe to eat. Bacteria can transfer to food instantly. There's no safe time. Coffee stunts your growth. No evidence suggests that coffee affects growth. Fresh fruits and vegetables are always healthier than frozen ones. Frozen produce can be just as nutritious as fresh because it's frozen at peak ripeness. Vikings wore horn helmets. There's no historical evidence that Vikings wore horn helmets. Napoleon was extremely short. Napoleon was around average height for his time. Christopher Columbus proved the Earth is round. Ancient Greeks and others already knew the Earth was round. Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake." There's no evidence she ever said this phrase. Einstein failed math. Einstein excelled at math from a young age. Salem witches were burned at the stake. Most were hanged. Only one was pressed to death. Caesar's last words were, "Et tu, brute?" These words come from Shakespeare's play, not historical records. The Earth is flat. Most educated people know that the Earth is round. Humans only use 10% of their brains. Nearly all parts of the brain have some level of activity. The sun is yellow. The sun appears white from space, but Earth's atmosphere makes it look yellow. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. It can strike the same spot multiple times. Water conducts electricity. Pure water doesn't conduct electricity well. Impurities make it conductive. The seasons are caused by Earth's distance from the sun. Seasons result from the Earth's axial tilt, not its proximity to the sun. Evolution is just a theory. In science, theory is a well-supported explanation, not just a guess. The Big Bang was an explosion. It was a rapid expansion, not a conventional explosion. In space, there's no gravity. Gravity exists in space. Astronauts float due to free fall conditions. A penny dropped from the Empire State Building could kill someone. A penny lacks the mass and speed needed to be lethal. Hair and fingernails keep growing after death. After death, skin shrinks, making nails and hair appear longer. Cracking knuckles causes arthritis. No evidence supports this. It's mostly harmless. You should drink 8 glasses of water a day. Hydration needs vary. You don't always need exactly 8 glasses. Reading in dim light damages your eyesight. It may cause eye strain, but doesn't damage eyesight permanently. Your blood turns blue when deoxygenated. Blood is always red. Veins look blue due to light absorption and reflection. Vaccines cause autism. Studies have debunked any link between vaccines and autism. You lose most of your body heat through your head. Heat loss depends on exposed skin, not just the head. Humans have 5 senses. We have more, including balance, temperature, and proprioception. You only have taste buds on your tongue. Taste receptors are also on the roof of the mouth and throat. Macs can't get viruses. Macs are less targeted, but they can get viruses. Microwaves cook food from the inside out. Microwaves heat food by causing water molecules to vibrate, not from the inside. Airplanes dump human waste mid-flight. Waste is stored and disposed of at airports. Goldfish grow to fit their tank size. Goldfish will grow larger if given more space, but tank size doesn't determine max size. Black cats bring bad luck. Black cats are just cats, no luck involved. Wearing a coat indoors causes you to not feel the cold outside. Warmth sensitivity depends on temperature, not getting used to warmth. Sugar in a gas tank will destroy an engine. Sugar doesn't dissolve in gasoline and likely wouldn't ruin an engine. Bagpipes come from Scotland. Bagpipes have origins in ancient Greece and the Middle East. Fortune cookies are Chinese. They were invented in the United States, not China. Birds will abandon their young if a human touches them. Most birds don't have a strong sense of smell and won't abandon their chicks if touched by humans. Owls are wise. Owls are skilled hunters, but in terms of problem solving, they aren't exceptionally intelligent among birds. A dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. Both dogs and humans have bacteria in their mouths. They're just different types. Touching a toad gives you warts. Warts are caused by human viruses, not by touching toads. Bears hibernate all winter. Many bears enter a state of torpor, where they're less active, but they may wake and move around periodically. Poinsettias are deadly to pets. While mildly toxic, poinsettias are not deadly to pets. Fish have no feelings. Studies show that fish can feel pain and experience stress. Houseflies lives about 24 hours. A housefly typically lives about 20-30 days. Snakes dislocate their jaws to eat prey. Snakes have flexible jaw ligaments, but they don't dislocate their jaws. Cats have 9 lives. Cats are agile, but they don't have extra lives. You can cure a jellyfish sting with urine. Urine may worsen stings. Vinegar or hot water is often recommended instead. You'll get arthritis if you sit too close to a fan or air conditioning. There's no link between cold air and arthritis. Women are more emotional than men. Both men and women experience emotions equally, though social norms affect how they express them. You should starve a fever and feed a cold. Staying nourished and hydrated is essential for both colds and fevers. You can detox your body with special diets. The body has its own detox systems. Diets aren't necessary. You should avoid eating late at night to lose weight. Total calorie intake and food choices matter more than timing alone. Humans can multitask effectively. The brain can't fully focus on multiple complex tasks simultaneously. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. While Everest is the tallest above sea level, Mauna Kea in Hawaii is taller from base to summit. Baghdad is one of the world's oldest cities. While historically significant, cities like Jericho and Damascus are older. Stonehenge was built by Druids. Stonehenge predates the Druids by thousands of years. Australia is entirely desert. Australia has diverse ecosystems, including rainforests and mountains. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. While important for carbon absorption, the Amazon's net oxygen contribution is close to zero. Venice is the only city with canals. Many cities, including Amsterdam and Bruges, also have extensive canal systems. The Sahara Desert is entirely sand. Only about 20% of the Sahara is sand. The rest is rocky plateaus. Iceland is covered in ice. Iceland is greener than the name suggests. Much of it is temperate and grassy. The Earth's poles are fixed in place. The magnetic poles shift due to movements in the Earth's core. Vikings were dirty and unkempt. Vikings valued grooming and were known to use combs, razors, and tweezers. Cleopatra was Egyptian. Cleopatra was of Macedonian Greek descent, though she ruled Egypt. Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity with a kite. Franklin demonstrated that lightning was a form of electricity, but he didn't discover it. George Washington had wooden teeth. His dentures were made of materials like ivory and gold, but not wood. Albert Einstein invented the theory of relativity. Einstein developed the theory, but contributions by others like Galileo laid its foundations. Christopher Columbus was the first European to discover America. Norse explorer Leif Erikson likely reached North America centuries earlier. Knights were noble heroes of honor. Many knights were mercenaries, and their conduct wasn't always honorable. The Library of Alexandria was the only source of knowledge in the ancient world. Other libraries existed, and knowledge wasn't solely dependent on Alexandria. Robin Hood was a real historical figure. Robin Hood is a composite legend, with no definitive proof of his existence. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. Shaving doesn't change hair texture or growth rate. It only seems thicker because shaving creates a blunt tip,